But hey, listen, the good news is that you guys mentioned the Arizona Coyotes, and they were something else I wanted to talk about. While you guys are hot, let's keep it going. Trevor Zegras scores the Michigan goal. That gets the Coyotes buzzing a little bit, and then Zegras goes in, takes a little poke at the goalie. He gets a shot in the back. Troy Terry comes in, another very talented young player for the Anaheim Ducks, very skilled player, not a tough guy. Comes in, sticks his nose in there, and Jay Beagle let him have it. He basically fed him his fist and bloodied up Terry, knocked his eye loose. He's got a wonky eye now because of it. It was pretty ugly scene. Hit him a couple times. I want to get your guys' opinion on that as well.
Well, I'm just glad to know that Jay Beagle's still in the league. I thought he'd be in the coast by now. But no, well, first off, I have really mixed emotions, okay? I hate the Michigan. I feel Tortorella-esque when I say that, and you have every right to do it, and I wouldn't punch you in the face if you do it, but it's not a hockey play. It's not hockey skill. It's showbiz. So I'm not crazy about it, but I wouldn't overreact like Jay Beagle did, and I certainly wouldn't overreact like that idiot Tyson Nash did in the Phoenix commentary booth where he said, hey, if you're going to skill it up, be prepared to get punched in the face. Spoken like a chump, like a goon with no skill. Okay? And why do we keep giving goons microphones? Why does Kelly Chase have a mic? You're not a goon rumper. You're a solid fourth liner, bottom six.
Okay, thank you.
You know, and there are exceptions. Like Jay Caulfield doesn't play that card in Pittsburgh. Jody Shelley in Columbus just talks about hockey. But you know, like, but that idiot Tyson Nash saying that's what you deserve. What he deserves is fired because that's not the way an announcer should represent the game.
I know Rupper wants to get some thoughts off on this, and he unleashed that rant on Twitter, which was incredible. My only thought is if you want to get physical with something like that, I'm okay with it, but do it. Be physical beforehand. Don't let them score that kind of goal with your physical play. Don't react after the fact like that. I just think it looks as brutal and violent as it was. I thought it was kind of soft. It's like, okay, these guys just embarrassed you because they're more talented than you. They're working harder than you. Now you want to go punch them in the face? Doesn't make much sense to me. But go ahead, Ripper.
Yeah, I don't. First off, I think that Tyson Nash's comments threw gasoline on something and took it away that I don't think it needed to go. I don't think that was the issue. And quite frankly, and I'm not trying to toe that line. I know Nasher played with them. I don't think he meant it that way, but it
sure he did.
It certainly came across. It certainly came across that way. I will say this though. Here's the thing that I think. I was talking to Kenny Danico about it today. I was working with him today, and he was talking about that. And he was talking about the PK Subban incident when he jumped Wallstrom for the knee on knee with Jack Hughes. And, you know, I think sometimes it's like you try to explain and fans just automatically go to, you're a dinosaur. You don't know, that's different. No, I'm trying to tell you. So I'm trying to do my best here, not to tell you the way it should be, but tell you what's going through the players' minds and what is kind of embedded in us and how we react. Okay. So I'm not trying to say this is right. I'm not trying to say it's wrong. I'm just saying this is why it is. And I think we can all agree that if you broke this thing down, the incident happened. Listen, they're getting spanked 5-0. They've been getting spanked. Coyotes have been getting torched all season long.
Yep.
They're losing 5-0, so I'm sure that's already something. The Michigan goal was scored. I'm sure that added to it. But you've got a 5-0 game, and if it was 1-1, 2-1, 5-1, 15-1, you're going to, if you poke a goal, if you poke for a puck, there's going to be a response. We see that at every game from 1 to 82. And so it's 5-0. Zegras, I don't think it was like an overly, egregious poke on the goaltender. He pokes for the puck. He thought it was loose and wanted to get another goal. So it's gonna elicit some kind of response because we always see that happen. So Jay Beagle comes, gives him a little cross check, knocks him down. Okay. Now it kind of starts a little bit of a tizzy. And the one thing I have learned in hockey is it may sound stupid, but there is a body language when you go into a scrum. If you're going to go into a scrum and you don't want to fight, you gotta fucking show that. You know what I mean? And if you're going to come in hot and have a hand up in the air, it's a fight, man. It's a fight. So, and the other thing I want to say, and we all know this, we've all seen this. You remember when Jay Beagle got one punch by Aaron Asham? Remember this, right? Was that Ash was in Philly or Pitt at the time?
Pittsburgh.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
But
Pittsburgh.
He was in Pittsburgh. One punch Jay Beagle, did the old nappy sign, and Ash was like, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that." Jay Beagle's got one punched. I've gotten one punched before. Other guys, many players who drop the gloves. And as a side note, Jay Beagle's dropped his gloves 4 times since 2013. So this guy's not a goon. He's not going out there looking for this. So when you get one punched and you're in a fight and you get taken to you, you learn. I'm not gonna ask questions. What's your intentions here? And so if you're coming in hot, you're gonna get a hot response. So his response, and it drives me nuts because I've been knocked out and looking up at the ceiling of an arena and not knowing how I got there. And for a fan to say, "Oh, how does he realize that's Troy Terry? He's got 32 goals. What are you doing?" Dude, you're in a fucking fight. What do you mean? You know what I mean? So, and you also would love to stop it at some point, but it's also adrenaline's going. You try your best. I've had moments where I've been able to stop something, and I've had moments where I've gone too far. So I think this whole entire thing, it's like, all right, here's the deal. Like, young kids, I know the game is changing, but these things are not going to change. Nobody wants to get embarrassed. You're going for a 6th goal. What would have happened if Anaheim got a power play and they sent their first power play unit out there? You'd be pissed. Why? Because they're going for the 6th goal. Trevor Zegras is going for a 6th goal on a puck that's covered. It's going to elicit a response. Like, I don't have a problem with the response. I don't love the commentary that made it look like, oh, you're skilling it up. That's why we're doing it. I think the Michigan thing and the skill factor is it's over here. It was about the response in the game right there, and I got no problem with what Jay Beagle did.
I have less problem with what Jay Beagle did than with what Tyson Nash said.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
And by the way, if I can harken back to my career as America's greatest ball hockey coach, one thing that you said something before that relates. There's no point getting all hot and bothered when you're already down 5-0. Like when we would play back when, Nick, you may remember me saying this line, if a team started to stir it up when we were way ahead, I'd say, hell, you should have tried that shit when the game was still close. It might have helped. It does no good to go nuts after the score's decided. And also back when I played, and that's a long time ago. Nick, you never even saw me play, did you?
No.
I was really good then because you never saw me.
Naturally.
There was one kid, Paul Westwood, who later went on to be a teammate. And he literally could play left-handed and right-handed. He was equally good. Like, he wasn't like, showbiz ambidextrous. He could stick handle and shoot on either side. So I got tired of that shit, and I just slashed him across both hands. I go, pick a side, motherfucker. It just got frustrating after a while. So I don't endorse that, but I get it. I get the frustration.